It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag NBA.
Tatum switches to the left hand, blows by Morris. Mobley, though, waiting for him in the paint. 5 on the shot clock. Tatum runs to the corner. He's going to have to make it happen. Tatum drives baseline, flips it up high off the window and in, beating the shot clock. Jalen turns the corner, attacks, kick out. Holiday touches to Horford. How fitting would this be? A straightaway three for Al Horford, his 6th of the night in a virtuoso performance for number 42.
Giddey will try it again. That's no good. And Washington with the rebound.
Giddey hit those in the first series.
Luka, long pass for Lively to dunk it. A 70-foot pass from Doncic on time and on target for a 7-0 Dallas run. Laid off Lively in the lane. That's blocked by Holmgren. Taken out of there by Gilgeous-Alexander. Right to left. Lost the handle. Got it back. Luka with the block shot. Spectacularly so. What a play by Doncic. Jones now fouled by Williams with 50.1 seconds to go.
The Boston Celtics knocked the Cleveland Cavaliers out of the playoffs. Donovan Mitchell on the bench in street clothes, unable to play with the left calf strain. Cleveland season comes to an end. Boston wins a second straight playoff series in 5 games. They are on to the Eastern Conference Finals for the 3rd year in a row. And the 6th time in the last 8. Not much drama there. Meanwhile, Luka Doncic, his knee hurts. Both knees hurt. He's breaking down. When they lose, he comes back with a big game, and he did it again. 31 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists. And the Mavericks win pretty comfortably at Oklahoma City, 104-92. I'm surprised, and I shouldn't have been.
Well, you just go with the home team. You think home court is a big yes?
It's not just the home court.
Except it is.
Doncic's knee is hurting. He's coming off an 18-point game. And Kyrie Irving, weirdly, coming off a 9-point game. But whatever.
Doncic is by far the best player on the floor. And if you have the best player on the floor in the NBA, you have an excellent chance to win. He was heads and shoulders, obviously, above everyone, taking nothing away from SGA because he's a nice player, but he's not Doncic.
And they didn't really have anyone go with him. SGA had a pretty good game, but everybody else was pretty pedestrian, shooting less than 50%. I mean, guys got to double figures, but nobody else
dominated the game. He when he's on, he's right there with anybody else in the league. And he was on. And listening to him afterward, it's funny because we all do that. We've all been in that situation where even if it's not sports, we just overanalyze. And he just kept repeating, just play basketball. Have fun. Play basketball with a smile on my face. And lay off the refereeing. There's going to be bad calls. What's the point in getting all worked up about it? There's 100 calls in the course of a game or non-calls or whatever. It's not the last call of the game where everything's on the line. Play through it. You'll have plenty of opportunities to make up a bad call and just play ball. And that's what he did, and he was outstanding.
Tonight, Denver and Minnesota, 6:30 on ESPN. Denver's up 3-2. Denver's going to close it out. Stop messing around. Get this thing over. Don't fool around with the Game 7. That's got to be the message. They're going to do it, right?
Well, where's the game?
It's in Minnesota.
Oh, no! It's in Minnesota?
Okay. Make something up and then mock me for your made-up thing.
That made-up thing. You've often said 82% of home teams win. You've said it 1,000 times.
So you got to pick when the 18 do. You can't pick 100%.
What was that? Was that the logic?
You got to pick that if
I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
I don't. But see, that's your logic. You go by history. I go by the moment.
And the moment says Denver's going to win, doesn't it?
Did the moment say Denver was going to win game 1 and 2?
I thought so, and they didn't.
Right. So,
but now, having seen what you've seen, so you're taking Minnesota?
Yes.
Just because you want to argue with me?
No, I want a game 7. Don't compliment yourself that much. If I argue with you and you respond, are you not arguing with me?
Yeah, except I started. It takes
you
two.
Always started. I allow you
Yuck.
first word because that's how benevolent I am.
Okay.
I give you your moment to shine.
I present unto thee
So the
first word.
They came to me years ago. I said, no, make it DJ and PK. Come on, you know him. TV, popular. I'll take the subservient role.
New Jersey toughness.
It's what I do. Yes, I think Denver's going to win because they're playing better ball. Honestly, I didn't remember where the game was because I don't care. And I like your theory. Get it over with, man. You get to a Game 7, hey, man, you just don't know. Crazy things can happen in a basketball. In one singular game,
crazy
pretty
things
much
happen.
Anybody, obviously in the NBA, anybody can beat anybody in a singular game. That's what makes the NCAA tournament so nuts.
Now, Cleveland's headed into the offseason. Decisions to make. Donovan Mitchell has 1 year left on his deal. Will he re-sign with them? If not, should they trade him? Or to get his money, is he going to have to stay put? I mean, the league, most of the league's capped out. They got to figure out who's got room. Does Donovan really want to go there? Is this his best opportunity?
Make room. This one goes here. That one goes there. If I'm Mitchell, if I'm Cleveland, I trade him. And I don't care where he wants to go, just like Danny Ray didn't care where he wanted to go. Send him wherever you think is best. That's your obligation to your franchise. You have no obligation to Mitchell in forms of trading to do whatever he wants. If I'm Mitchell, though, I look around and, what do I got? It's like, do you want the Durant? Does everybody want the Durant situation? Are these guys of this generation where they saw Durant do it and it was completely and totally ready-made and there was no building whatsoever? It was just about getting it done, and they got it done, obviously. But if you look at Cleveland, how far is Cleveland? Okay, right now they're a decent length away, but at the same time, they got some young guys. Mobley in 2-3 years is going to be better, right? And Allen didn't play, and there's some thought of that he wussed out. Some people saying that, but I mean he's a nice player. And the point I'm making is the situation going to be better wherever it is? Is there such a thing now where you can go and be in a ready-made situation, a la Kevin Durant? I don't know. Unless you had LeBron in his prime as he did Miami, and they got it done a couple of times.
And then Cleveland has to evaluate head coach J.B. Bickerstaff. Will he be back?
Oh, brother, like it was his problem, his fault.
Like that franchise hasn't trended up going to the playoffs a couple years ago.
Go get somebody else's son if you don't like him.
Won a playoff series without LeBron for the first time in 30 years. Nets are going to retire Vince Carter's number 15 jersey. He's going to be enshrined in the Hall of Fame later this year. He is the third leading scorer in Nets history. And Caitlin Clark's debut for the Indiana Fever, 2.1 million viewers, the most watched game from the W since 2001.
2000? Oh, when they first came around?
2001, it says in the story, Memorial Day Sparks and Comets had 2.45 million viewers.
The rest in peace Houston Comets.
There it is.
Cheryl Swoops.
Back in the day, they were awesome. Had a three-peat, I think. All right, DJ and PK.
Hashtag NFL.
When you look at some of these young quarterbacks, the way C.J. Stroud was speaking to you, he's like, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
And the way they sort of feel about you, what are some of the guys you actually enjoy watching play because of the way they approach the game?
I mean, C.J. is a good example. Like, I really appreciated where he came from and all the expectations that he had and then what he's gone and put together last year with a lot of humility.
Tom Brady, Michigan man, praising former Ohio State quarterback C.J. Stroud, but you'd really have to be deep in the rivalry to criticize C.J. Stroud after the year he put together last year.
But Brady's an NFL analyst now.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with that stuff. He's paid to now offer his opinions on NFL play and players and obviously quarterbacks. And everybody and their dog is going to look at C.J. Stroud and tell you, wow, he was incredible.
Year. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what you need is somebody with a keen quarterback eye who can tell you 2 years before.
Nice. Walking out of the Rose Bowl. I have seen the future. And his initials are C and J. Full NFL schedule. And in all that, because we joke around, seriously, PK really did. I mean, we were texting or on the phone or whatever. We weren't even on the air yet. And you were like, he was awesome. He's going to be awesome. That was fantastic. And yeah, the Ute secondary was shorthanded, but Look at him. He's delivered on all the promise you had for him walking out.
It was more about
Pasadena.
him than it was anything else. He was awesome, and I love his demeanor. He's going to be a great quarterback. There's no doubt about it. Houston, you struck gold.
The full NFL schedule has been released. All 272 games over 18 weeks. Playing almost every day of the week. No Tuesday games, right? Is that the one day of the week they don't play this year, Tuesday?
I did not look at one schedule yesterday.
Not one?
No, not one.
You didn't want to find out how quickly that Channel 2 would show a Denver game and everyone would complain because week 2, Kansas City, Cincinnati goes head-to-head with the Bronco game. Uh-oh.
I did not. That's for you.
Yeah, I know.
You're a TV guy.
There
I'm
it
not.
is.
I just star on TV. I don't intend to pretend to be one. No, it was too much going on last night. There was too much ball.
There was so many games.
But I literally have no idea. I did not look at one game.
Chiefs and Steelers, Ravens and Texans on Christmas Day, and those 4 teams will also play, although different opponents obviously, on the previous Saturday.
Because I tell you, if I looked at it by Friday or Monday at the latest, I would forget.
You'd forget it.
And I'd have to keep looking and looking and looking.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag college football.
ACC Commissioner Jim Phillips said of the pending litigation with Florida State and Clemson, looking to challenge the league on their options to exit the ACC. It's difficult, it's disruptive, it's harmful, but that's the world we live in. It hasn't changed one iota about how we've interacted with them, and it shouldn't. That is the world we live in.
I love the word iota.
Iota.
Because it has to be preceded by 1.
7 iotas.
Right.
Said no one ever.
Right. It's always preceded by 1.
I think this just goes to show that it doesn't matter what you do. The ACC, the Big 12, and the Pac-12 have all done it differently in one way or another. People want out. Florida State and Clemson will sue. Oklahoma and Texas negotiate. You give Texas a network. It's not enough. You build a conference network. You don't build one. The teams with the most money want to play with the teams with the most money, and they're blowing everybody else off, and that's the way it is.
So then get the most money.
That's the way it is. And that's what Florida State and Clemson will do. Can the ACC get the most money from them and soften the blow? DJ and PK.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
As Lucchese kicks and deals, and the pitch swung on, line deep to left. Going back on it, Nimmo at the track, looks up, game tied. Harper with an opposite field solo home run.
Here's a fly ball deep left center field. Back goes Kelnick and Harris near the wall. That's gone. Home run Suzuki. Cubs lead 7-1.
2-1. Rutschman hits it high in the air. Right field, it's deep. Springer going back at the track, at the high wall, and this baby is out of here. Adley Rutschman has walked it off. It's a 2-run shot that just landed above the LED board and right, and the Orioles can finally celebrate as Rutschman is mobbed at home plate.
Orioles beat Toronto 3-2 on the Adley Rutschman walk-off homer, keeping pace with the Yankees, who win again. They shut out the Twins 4-0. Colorado makes it 7 in a row. They complete the sweep of the Padres with a 8-0 blowout. Shut them out and shut them down.
Yeah, who do you think the Rockies are going to play in the series?
Yankees. Rockies, Yankees. Sign them up.
I think you're underestimating the Orioles.
Yep, I probably am. Did you see the story that Major League Baseball teams are now tracking everything players do, and their executives think that they've probably missed out on load management? The NBA does it. Soccer does it. Load management coming to MLB soon.
Well, I mean, I thought that, like what, though? I mean, they rest guys. Nobody plays 162 anymore.
Yep.
They've tracked that.
Apparently
what they like to do is if you
them.
have like a Wednesday day game and a Thursday off, give them off the Wednesday day game, and then they're off Thursday, and so then they go Friday. I mean, that's been done for years. So what's the difference here?
It sounds like they're going to do it more. Charting every time they run. How frequently did you dive for a ball in the infield? How frequently did a player take off from first base on a full count?
Well, I always thought analytics was the most important relative to baseball than any other sport.
Brewers general manager Matt Arnold. These other sports are way ahead of us. We have room to grow in our industry. So the guys who aren't playing 162 are now playing, 149. Are they going to end up playing 130 games?
I mean, it seems to me they've been doing this for years, and they've been doing it since the day it first started with catchers.
Catchers have always.
You need at least 1 or 2 days off a week.
Yep. Salt Lake Bees lose to Tacoma 5-4. Same two teams tonight. Tony Parks is on the air at 7:50 on 1280 The Zone. First pitch at 8:05. DJ and PK.
Hashtag RSL.
Knocked away by RSL. Luna into possession. Luna. Oh, the little flick for Brody. Brody threads the needle back to Luna. Luna's got space. Luna racing forward to midfield. He leaves it for Crooks. Crooks has got Chicho and Gomez on the right. To Gomez. One good touch forward. Cuts it back. Left foot. Shot. And a goal! RSL on the counter, taking the lead. Gomez with the finish, his 5th goal of the year. To Vera. Vera splits a double team and goes forward. Splits another line. Vera between the midfielders in the back four. Vera head to Luna. Luna one positive touch forward. Second one into the box. Cuts it back on his right foot. Shoots and scores! 58th minute. Diego Luna on the counter. It is 2-0.
And RSL probably could have, would have, should have had a 3rd, 4th, or 5th goal, and it didn't matter because they get their 5th shutout of the year. They blanked the Sounders, who were shorthanded. Seattle was missing multiple key players, or playing twice a week here for a month. So it wasn't the best Sounders lineup, to be sure, but RSL in charge the entire way. And they're now unbeaten in their last 9. First place, 25 points. Only a couple points behind Miami in the race for the Supporters' Shield and the best record in all of Major League Soccer.
Go, Gomez. There's your chance, man.
Gomez.
Separate yourself.
Gomez with 5 goals and 4 assists. Is he on his way to a breakout year and a double-double, 10 goals and 10 assists?
We just needed some experience. I mean, you sound like just every other announcer. You know, the 4, the 6, 0. Separate yourself, man. You got a shot to make something.
Go, Gomez.
Yeah.
I'll borrow that from you next time he scores.
You can have it. I'm the consummate team player. I get the Roberto Clemente Award every year.
You and Mike Comley. Consummate team players. RSL right back at it Saturday night. They play the Colorado Rapids. Rapids are the only team to come into Utah and win this year. RSL 4-1-1 at home. And Colorado coming back. See if they can do it again. They're tied for second on 21 points, right behind RSL. So, DJ and PK.
Hashtag golf.
And it has begun, PK. They're on the course at Valhalla. And Xander Schauffele is 2 under through 4 holes. Your early leader. With some guy named Doug Gim. Don't know Doug
Casper was
complaining, trying to dump Xander Schauffele, and then he goes and wins.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, it's clear you guys picked Scheffler 1, Rory 2. If I was picking 1 or 2.
Done the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And they may not win, but they clearly are the 2 favorites, so you have to go with them. And then after that,
didn't you pick Cameron?
Like 10 guys.
Didn't you pick Cameron Smith?
I did.
Out on the course with an early birdie. He's only 2 holes in, so.
You know what 18, they got the holes named, you know what the 18th is called?
I do not.
Photo finish.
Oh, really?
You know what 1 is called?
Nope.
The post.
See, they're in Kentucky, so it's just going to be horse racing references, right?
There's, I was just in the Golf Channel. They're either called that, I think most of them are that, or there's a couple, and you'll get the obvious reference. One is called Sting Like a Bee, and the other is called...
It better be something about floating like a butterfly.
Right, because
exactly what it is. Muhammad Ali.
Because he's from Louisville, obviously. That was his home base and hometown, yada yada. So, and you know, and we've all, at least I think most of us have driven through Kentucky with the horse farms and yada yada. So yeah, so that's what they've got. A lot of horse racing references, and then to the champ.
Bigger names out on the course right now. Tony Finau has started today with a birdie on the first hole, and Jordan Spieth also out on the course with an early birdie. So this is one where Sahith Theegala early birdie. All the predictions are somewhere in the teens under par, 14, 16, 18 under par. So there are going to be a lot of birdies in this one. Tiger's even through 4. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NHL.
Leaves it for Sam Girard. Shot through traffic. Knocked down Parisi. Wide open net. It's off of Ottinger and in. The mighty Casey has struck for the Colorado Avalanche. He has goals in back-to-back games, and Colorado has their first lead of the series.
Denver and Dallas. That's what we may get in the NBA Western Conference Finals. That's what we're getting right now as the Colorado Avalanche beat the Dallas Stars in the Stanley Cup playoffs. 5-3 win for the Avs. They lead the series 3-2. Coming up tonight, Rangers and Hurricanes. Rangers were up 3-0. It's now 3-2. Game 6. It's 5 o'clock on TNT, followed by the Oilers and Canucks at 8. That one is tied 2-2. And Utah goalie Connor Ingram won the Bill Masterson Memorial Trophy for perseverance, sportsmanship, and dedication to hockey after overcoming a drinking problem to become a star goalie. And that is what is trending. Brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job too big or too small. Get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. Brian Taylor, host of Real Golf Radio, will join us at 8:30 to talk about the unfolding PGA Championship. Cody Tucker, founder of 7220 Sports, covering the Wyoming Cowboys, will join us at 9:05. And coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, we'll give away tickets to see RSL play the Colorado Rapids Saturday night at America First Field. DJ and PK. It's 97.5 The Zone, and the question of the day is on the way.